Happy Tech Tick Thursday. I'm here to talk to you today about Google Docs. So we're going to go ahead, and I do want you to remember that you have this template gallery, so you never have to be afraid of starting with a blank document. But if you do start with a blank document, there are things that Google does for you to help you out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open this document that I've already started, and I wanted to show you that you can, with a document, do some formatting that helps it to remain consistent. So for example, I'm going to take this all and just real quick change the formatting on it to just text. Okay, so I deleted it all. Paste without formatting. Okay, so for example, I have this text and I want to make sure this is the heading of my document. So I could go in and change the size of the font and all of that to make it look like a heading, but it's actually kind of nice if you use the style guide over here because that will keep it consistent. So if I come over here and I make this a title or even a subtitle or a heading, like it doesn't have to be a title, it's going to make it match that format, but then it also adds all your titles and subtitles to your document outline, which can be really useful if you have a longer document. So then I have this text, and I want to make sure this text is the same format as my normal text for this document. So I can come here, right? So that's normal text. Okay. So we have all these options. Normal text is not going to show up, but all the rest of these will show up on your document outline. So let's say the title and then the subheading would be Jeff Bezos, right? Because this is just a little thing that I grabbed from an article, and that's who this article happens to be about. And I made this a subtitle. I'm sorry, and I made this a heading. So if I click on making this a heading, now it comes over here. Subtitles do not, and I just learned that. So subtitles do not, but headings do. So, and it will change the level of it so that this is now under this. Okay, so that is one great tech tip you can use to make your documents consistent. So if you have a really long document, it makes your documents consistent. This whole idea of a style guide is something that newspapers came up with, and there used to be a style guide where, you know, this newspaper uses this font at this size. Like newspapers actually have these conversations and set them in stone for them. But that can really help you to keep your documents looking consistent. The other thing that I wanted to show you is something that is relatively new, and that is now we can do a checklist. So I assume you probably know that you can do a bulleted list, right? You can do a numbered list, and we can do this pull down. We can even change it. So instead of numbers, it's ABC, or instead of regular bullets, it's arrows. But it's really cool that we can click on the checklist, and now we can check them off. And you can also change the formatting of how this checklist looks. So you can make it so that you just check them off, or when you check them off, it strikes through, which I find very satisfying when it strikes through a task that I've done. So anyway, I hope these will help you to format some of your documents and make them a little bit easier for you. Have a great week.